Have you ever wondered why some people seem to thrive and radiate vitality as they age, while others struggle with emotional and physical challenges that seem to weigh them down? What if the key to a happier, healthier life in later years is hidden in the small choices we make each day? In today's video, we'll explore some of the most pressing issues that older adults face, from the silent toll of neglecting personal hygiene to the emotional impact of constant complaining, social isolation, and rejecting help. These seemingly small habits can have far-reaching consequences, not just on your health but also on your relationships, your emotional well-being, and your overall sense of purpose. Stay with us until the end, because this video will uncover the emotional and physical toll of hygiene struggles and how they go beyond appearances. How constant negativity can erode your happiness and drive loved ones away. The subtle harm of dominating conversations, and why listening more can transform your relationships. Why demanding respect solely due to age can backfire, and how to build meaningful, mutual respect. The importance of validating others' experiences and breaking free from living in the past. How accepting help is not a weakness but a powerful tool for maintaining independence. The silent threat of social isolation, and how you can reconnect with life's joy. If you've ever felt stuck in your habits or wondered how to bring more vitality and connection into your life as you age, this video is for you. Let's dive in. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on today's topic. If you enjoy the content, please comment 1 below. If it doesn't resonate with you, leave a 0. Your feedback is crucial as it helps me create better videos that align with your interests. Now, let's get started. 1. The emotional and physical toll of neglecting personal hygiene in older adults. The issue of personal hygiene among older adults is far more complex and heart-wrenching than it may initially appear. It is not merely a matter of neglect. It often speaks volumes about deeper struggles, both physical and emotional, that can weigh heavily on the human spirit. As people age, tasks once considered simple can become daunting, and the emotional toll of these challenges can amplify the problem. Chronic pain, debilitating fatigue, or mobility issues may render basic hygiene routines physically exhausting, while the invisible scars of depression, isolation, or feelings of worthlessness can sap the will to care for oneself altogether. For some older adults, the simple act of taking a shower can feel like an insurmountable mountain. They may go days, or even weeks, without bathing, not out of choice but because of the mental and physical hurdles standing in their way. Clothes might remain unchanged, teeth unbrushed, and hair left unkempt. The outward consequences, such as body odor or a disheveled appearance, are painfully apparent to others, yet they only scratch the surface of the emotional burden borne by the individual. For those who experience these struggles, the shame of being perceived as unkempt can compound feelings of loneliness and alienation, creating a heartbreaking cycle of neglect and self-isolation. The consequences of poor hygiene extend beyond appearances and social discomfort. Dirty clothes and neglected skin can lead to infections, particularly for those already battling chronic illnesses or limited mobility. Skin sores, fungal infections, or oral health problems are common risks, each adding a layer of physical pain to the emotional suffering. For someone who is already grappling with the weight of aging, these issues can strip away their remaining sense of dignity, leaving them feeling vulnerable and powerless. Emotionally, neglecting personal hygiene can symbolize a loss of self-worth. For many, it becomes a silent cry for help, a reflection of their inner turmoil. Depression and feelings of being a burden can convince older adults that their well-being no longer matters. The belief that no one cares can take root, pushing them further into isolation. Caregivers and loved ones may observe these changes with growing concern, yet addressing the issue can be fraught with its own emotional challenges, as older adults may resist assistance out of pride, embarrassment, or denial. However, there is hope and healing in recognizing and addressing these struggles. Maintaining good hygiene is not just about physical health. It is an essential cornerstone of self-respect and emotional well-being. Clean clothes, fresh skin, and brushed teeth can restore a sense of pride, independence, and connection to the world. These small acts can reignite a flicker of confidence and remind older adults that they are still valued and cherished. For caregivers and loved ones, the key lies in approaching the topic with compassion and understanding. Patience is essential when addressing hygiene concerns, as is creating a safe and judgment-free environment where the individual feels supported rather than criticized. Sometimes, professional assistance may be necessary. A skilled caregiver or healthcare professional can provide the help needed to overcome physical and emotional barriers. Ultimately, the battle for personal hygiene in older age is about far more than staying clean. It is about preserving dignity, fostering emotional resilience, and ensuring that every individual, regardless of their age or circumstances, feels worthy of care and respect. The path to better hygiene is also a path to healing, one small, compassionate step at a time. 2. The emotional impact of constant complaining in later years. As the years unfold, it's easy to find ourselves slipping into the habit of constant complaining, a seemingly small crack in our outlook that, left unchecked, can widen into a chasm of persistent dissatisfaction. What might begin as harmless remarks about minor inconveniences, bad weather, slow service, or noisy neighbors, can evolve into an unending narrative of criticism. The government is incompetent, technology is baffling, the youth are disrespectful, and the world is no longer what it used to be. This spiral into negativity can slowly but surely erode our emotional well-being and strain the relationships we hold dear. For those caught in the cycle of incessant complaining, it can feel like an outlet, a way to voice frustrations or find validation for the disappointments of life. Yet, the effect on those around us is often unintended but deeply felt. The weight of constant negativity can be exhausting for loved ones, especially children, grandchildren, and younger friends who may feel alienated or helpless in the face of perpetual dissatisfaction. Instead of drawing people closer, this habit can push them away, leaving us in a state of increasing isolation, a painful irony for those seeking understanding and connection. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Moreover, the emotional toll extends inward, quietly reshaping how we view the world and ourselves. A mind steeped in criticism can find it harder to notice joy, gratitude, or beauty. The act of complaining not only reinforces feelings of discontent, but also creates a self-perpetuating loop, where negativity feeds on itself until it becomes the dominant narrative of our lives. It's as though we trap ourselves in a storm cloud, unable to see the sunlight breaking through. It's natural, of course, to become more discerning with age. Decades of experience bring wisdom and the ability to spot flaws, inefficiencies, and injustices more readily. But wisdom also calls us to recognize when criticism serves no purpose and to embrace the art of letting go. Not every annoyance demands our attention, and not every flaw warrants comment. Learning to accept the imperfections of life, not as failures but as part of its rich tapestry, can free us from the chains of complaint. Shifting from a state of constant criticism to one of gratitude and acceptance is not easy, but it is profoundly rewarding. This change begins with small, deliberate steps, acknowledging moments of joy, expressing gratitude for what we have, and consciously choosing to see the good around us. By focusing on what uplifts us rather than what drags us down, we can reshape our mindset and find a renewed sense of peace. This transformation also has the power to heal and strengthen relationships. Instead of being a source of negativity, we can become a source of encouragement and warmth. Loved ones will be drawn closer by the positivity we radiate, rather than distanced by the weight of our complaints. Younger generations, in particular, will cherish our presence, finding in us not a critic of their lives but a cheerleader of their potential. Life's imperfections will always be there, and it's natural to feel frustrated at times. But by choosing to focus on what we can celebrate rather than what we can criticize, we not only enrich our own lives but also create a ripple effect of positivity for those around us. In doing so, we transform the latter years of our journey into a time of grace, connection, and fulfillment, a legacy worth leaving behind. 3. The subtle harm of dominating conversations in relationships. As we journey through life, each passing year adds layers of wisdom, experience, and stories that we naturally wish to share. There's an innate desire to pass down these lessons, to serve as guides for those who come after us, and to solidify our legacy through the words we speak. Sharing these insights can indeed be a powerful way to connect with others, but when it turns into dominating conversations, it can have unintended and far-reaching consequences for our relationships, especially with younger generations. The act of dominating a conversation often comes from a place of good intentions. We want to offer advice, protect our loved ones from making mistakes we've made, or simply share moments from our lives that we hold dear. However, when we interrupt, impose our opinions, or control the direction of a discussion, we unknowingly send the message that the thoughts, feelings, and experiences of others are less important than our own. This dynamic can create frustration, foster feelings of being unappreciated, and discourage those around us from sharing openly. For younger generations, our children, grandchildren, or younger friends, this imbalance in communication can feel particularly stifling. They may perceive our behavior as dismissive of their perspectives, as though their experiences are irrelevant compared to the weight of our stories and opinions. Over time, this can lead to emotional distancing. Instead of seeking our company or engaging in meaningful discussions, they may retreat, feeling unheard and undervalued. This unintended consequence is a painful irony for those of us who dominate conversations in an effort to connect and feel closer to others. Moreover, the need to control conversations can also rob us of opportunities to grow and learn. Younger people bring unique perspectives shaped by a world that is vastly different from the one we grew up in. Their ideas, experiences, and challenges reflect the rapid changes in society, technology, and culture. By monopolizing conversations, we miss out on the chance to understand these new realities, to see the world through their eyes, and to enrich our own understanding of life. It's also important to recognize that dominating conversations can reflect deeper emotional needs. As we age, there can be a growing fear of irrelevance, a worry that our voices no longer carry the weight they once did. This fear may lead us to assert ourselves more strongly in conversations, hoping to affirm our value and maintain a sense of importance. While this is an understandable response, it's crucial to remember that true connection doesn't come from speaking louder or more often, but from fostering mutual respect and understanding. To break the habit of dominating conversations, we must first approach communication with humility and an open heart. This means consciously making space for others to speak, actively listening without interrupting, and resisting the urge to always share our perspective. Simple acts like asking questions, expressing genuine curiosity about others' lives, and responding with encouragement rather than critique can go a long way in creating a balanced and harmonious exchange. It's equally important to embrace the art of silence, recognizing that we don't always need to have the final word or to fill every pause with our thoughts. Allowing conversations to flow naturally, with give and take, shows that we value the voices and contributions of others. This not only strengthens our relationships, but also creates an atmosphere of mutual respect and warmth that invites deeper connections. Furthermore, by stepping back and listening more, we open ourselves to the beauty of what others have to offer. Younger generations, in particular, have much to teach us about resilience, creativity, and navigating a rapidly changing world. Their insights can challenge our assumptions, broaden our perspectives, and inspire us to continue growing, even in the later stages of life. The act of sharing wisdom is not diminished by listening. In fact, it is enhanced. When we show that we are willing to learn from others, we demonstrate humility, a quality that makes our words all the more impactful when we do speak. It's through this balance that we can transform conversations from one-sided lectures into meaningful dialogues that leave both parties feeling valued and enriched. Ultimately, the key to meaningful communication lies in understanding that relationships thrive when they are built on mutual respect, empathy, and shared experiences. Dominating conversations may offer a fleeting sense of validation, but it often comes at the cost of connection. By choosing to listen as much as we speak, we foster an environment where everyone feels heard, appreciated, and valued. In doing so, we leave behind not just stories but a legacy of love and understanding, a gift far more enduring than words alone. Through mindful and balanced communication, we can deepen our relationships, strengthen our bonds with younger generations, and ensure that our voices remain cherished, not because they dominate but because they resonate. 4. The misstep of demanding respect solely due to age. As the years add up, it's easy to fall into the mindset that respect is a right automatically granted with age. After all, in many cultures, growing older is synonymous with wisdom, authority, and reverence. However, the truth is that respect is not a privilege bestowed solely by the passage of time. It is something that must be nurtured and earned through how we treat others, the example we set, and the integrity with which we navigate our relationships. When we demand respect based purely on our age, we may inadvertently send the message that our life experience alone outweighs the thoughts, feelings, and contributions of others. Younger generations, in particular, can feel this pressure acutely, interpreting it as a dismissal of their individuality, ideas, and autonomy. This dynamic can lead to feelings of frustration or even resentment, creating a divide between generations that hinders connection and understanding. The expectation of respect without reciprocation often breeds tension. For instance, insisting that our opinions take precedence or that our needs come first because of our age can make others feel unheard or undervalued. Relationships built on such imbalances may become strained, as those around us struggle with the feeling that their voices, decisions, or boundaries are being overshadowed. Respect, in its truest form, is a two-way street. It is not about imposing authority, but about fostering a sense of mutual appreciation and dignity. While life experience is undeniably valuable, it should be shared with humility and openness rather than as a tool for control or superiority. When we listen with empathy and treat others with the same level of respect we seek for ourselves, we build stronger, more meaningful relationships. One of the most profound ways to earn respect, especially from younger generations, is by showing genuine interest in their lives, opinions, and struggles. Instead of assuming that we know what is best because of our years, we can ask thoughtful questions, express curiosity about their perspectives, and offer guidance only when it is invited. This openness not only strengthens bonds but also allows us to learn and grow alongside them, fostering a dynamic of mutual respect and collaboration. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. It's also important to recognize that demanding respect can sometimes stem from a deeper, unspoken fear, the fear of being overlooked, forgotten, or deemed irrelevant as we age. This fear is natural, but addressing it with understanding and grace is key. True respect comes from the way we continue to engage with life and others, from our kindness, our willingness to adapt, and our ability to lead by example. Respecting the autonomy of younger generations is particularly critical. Allowing our children, grandchildren, and friends to make their own decisions, even when they differ from our own beliefs, shows that we value their agency. Accepting their paths without judgment creates an environment where they feel safe to share their lives with us, knowing they will be met with love and understanding rather than criticism or control. To foster meaningful and respectful relationships, we must also reflect on our own actions. Are we listening as much as we are speaking? Are we offering support without conditions? Are we demonstrating the patience and kindness we hope to receive? Respect is not about asserting dominance or authority. It's about embodying the values that make us deserving of it. Life experience is a gift, but it is not a free pass to demand special treatment. Instead, it is a tool to inspire and guide others, to show wisdom through compassion, and to build bridges across generations. When we approach relationships with humility, openness, and a genuine respect for others, the respect and affection we receive in return are all the more meaningful. In the end, respect is not something that can be demanded or taken. It is something that is freely given, rooted in the way we treat those around us. By demonstrating love, understanding, and grace, we earn a respect that transcends age, a respect that is deeply felt and willingly given, creating connections that enrich our lives and the lives of those we cherish. 5. The unseen harm of minimizing the experiences of others. As we age, we accumulate a treasure trove of life experiences, decades of challenges faced, obstacles overcome, and lessons learned. This hard-earned wisdom can provide invaluable insights, but it can also lead us to unintentionally minimize the experiences of others, particularly those of younger generations. What may seem like a minor issue to us, shaped by our perspective and resilience, can feel monumental to someone who is navigating their own unique stage of life for the first time. It's all too easy to fall into the habit of dismissing the concerns or struggles of others with statements like, "You'll understand when you're older. That's nothing compared to what I've been through," or "You'll get over it." While such remarks might stem from a well-meaning desire to put things into perspective, they often have the opposite effect, leaving the other person feeling invalidated, unheard, or even belittled. When we diminish the experiences of others, we inadvertently create a barrier between us. Instead of fostering connection, we risk alienating those we care about, making them feel that their feelings or struggles are unimportant. This can be particularly damaging in relationships with children, grandchildren, or younger friends, who may already struggle to relate to our experiences and perspectives. If they sense that their emotions are consistently downplayed, they may stop sharing altogether, leaving us out of their lives in ways that are deeply painful. It's important to remember that every stage of life comes with its own set of challenges, joys, and sorrows. What seems insignificant to us may be deeply impactful to someone else, simply because they are experiencing it for the first time. A teenager struggling with heartbreak, a young adult navigating career uncertainty, or a middle-aged person facing the stresses of parenthood may not yet have the tools or perspective that come with age. Minimizing their feelings denies them the opportunity to process, learn, and grow from these experiences. Instead of dismissing or downplaying concerns, we can choose to listen with empathy and validate their emotions. Simple phrases like, "That sounds really hard," or "I can see why you'd feel that way," go a long way in making someone feel seen and heard. By showing understanding, we strengthen emotional bonds and create a space where others feel safe to express themselves. This kind of connection is invaluable, fostering trust and mutual respect across generations. Moreover, engaging with others' experiences from a place of curiosity rather than judgment can enrich our own lives. Younger people bring fresh perspectives, new challenges, and evolving values that can help us remain open-minded and adaptable. By truly listening and seeking to understand, we not only support them but also expand our own understanding of the world. Minimizing the experiences of others can also stem from our own tendency to compare their struggles to the hardships we've endured. It's natural to think, "If I could get through that, this should be easy for them." However, this comparison overlooks the unique context and emotional weight of their challenges. Just as we wouldn't expect a toddler to walk before they crawl, we shouldn't expect someone at a different stage of life to have the same level of resilience or perspective we've gained through years of living. By validating the struggles of others, we offer them a priceless gift, the assurance that their feelings matter. This act of empathy is particularly important in nurturing relationships with younger generations, who are often searching for guidance and support. When we acknowledge their pain, joy, or confusion as real and important, we become a source of comfort and strength, a role that can deepen our connection and ensure our presence is both valued and cherished. In the grand tapestry of life, every thread, every experience, holds significance. By honoring the experiences of others, no matter how small they may seem to us, we affirm the beauty and complexity of their journey. This approach not only strengthens relationships but also allows us to leave a legacy of love, understanding, and compassion. In the end, listening with an open heart and validating the feelings of others doesn't just support them, it enriches our own lives, creating connections that transcend generations and stand the test of time. 6. Living in the past. The hidden emotional weight that holds you back. Many older adults, often without realizing it, find themselves living in the comforting but confining shadow of their past. The memories of youthful days, significant milestones, and moments of triumph can be a source of immense joy, but they can also become a barrier to truly living in the present. When the past begins to dominate one's thoughts, it can quietly transform into an emotional anchor, holding back progress and clouding the ability to see the opportunities and beauty that still lie ahead. Nostalgia, while beautiful in small doses, can distort reality, creating an idealized image of times gone by, a version of life that is often more perfect in memory than it ever was in reality. This tendency to romanticize the past can create a longing for what once was, a yearning so powerful that it makes the present feel hollow or lacking in comparison. It becomes easier to dismiss the challenges of the past, focusing only on its perceived perfection, while magnifying the imperfections of today. This mindset can lead to a dangerous emotional trap where nothing in the present feels good enough, because it doesn't match the glittering image of yesterday. While sharing and reliving meaningful moments with loved ones can strengthen bonds, relying on the past as the sole reference point for life's decisions and outlook can become restrictive. Life is not static. It is a dynamic, ever-changing journey. The world moves forward with relentless speed, and to resist its changes is to risk being left behind. Technologies advance at a pace once unimaginable, societal values evolve, and cultural norms shift. Holding tightly to the past can make the present feel overwhelming, alien, and even hostile. This resistance often breeds frustration, helplessness, and a profound sense of isolation. Living in the past can also unintentionally alienate loved ones, especially younger family members. The younger generations, facing their own challenges and navigating a world vastly different from the one their elders knew, may feel invalidated or dismissed when their experiences are compared unfavorably to how things used to be. Statements like, "It was better in my day," or "Things are so much worse now," can create a divide, leaving younger family members feeling unseen or unappreciated. Instead of fostering connection, these sentiments can widen the generational gap, making it harder to share meaningful, present-day experiences. But the past does not have to become a burden. It can serve as a wellspring of wisdom and warmth, a treasure trove of lessons learned and moments cherished. The key is balance, finding a way to honor those memories without letting them define the present or limit the future. Living fully means embracing the now, no matter how imperfect or unfamiliar it may feel. Instead of longing for what was, imagine the possibilities of what could still be. Life, even in its later stages, is full of potential for growth, connection, and joy. By shifting focus from what has been lost to what remains, we open ourselves to experiences that may one day become cherished memories themselves. Flexibility, curiosity, and openness are the keys to rediscovering joy and forging deeper, more meaningful connections with loved ones. Imagine the fulfillment of learning something new, engaging with fresh ideas, or connecting with younger generations by showing an interest in their world. These actions bridge the gap between past and present, creating a shared space where understanding and respect can thrive. Change, though daunting, can reignite a sense of purpose and allow us to craft a legacy that is as vibrant and inspiring as the memories we hold dear. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Ultimately, the past should be a source of wisdom and inspiration, not a wall that separates us from the beauty of the here and now. Every moment, no matter how small, offers an opportunity to build a future that is just as meaningful as the past we hold so dearly. By embracing change, nurturing curiosity, and letting go of the need to compare, we create a life that is rich, fulfilling, and deeply rooted in the present. In doing so, we honor not only our memories but also the infinite possibilities that still lie ahead. 7. Rejecting help. The silent struggle that can erode well-being. As we grow older, rejecting help often becomes a deeply ingrained response, but this seemingly small act can carry profound emotional and physical consequences. It's a paradox that unfolds in the hearts of many older adults. They recognize the growing challenges of aging, such as memory lapses, declining mobility, or difficulty performing daily tasks, yet an overwhelming desire to maintain independence makes them refuse the very assistance they need. While this resistance is often born from a place of pride and self-preservation, it can quietly lead to harm. The reluctance to accept help is deeply tied to the fear of losing autonomy. For many, the ability to manage their own affairs feels synonymous with retaining their dignity, value, and identity. To admit they need help can feel like surrendering control, a symbolic step toward becoming dependent or helpless. This perspective often brings an undercurrent of shame or vulnerability, emotions that are challenging to confront. Accepting assistance may feel like acknowledging their limitations, a truth that many find painful to face. The resistance is further compounded by fears of burdening loved ones. Many older adults worry that leaning on family or friends will disrupt their lives, add stress, or strain relationships. There's an innate desire to protect those they care about, even if it means silently struggling with tasks that have become increasingly difficult. Yet, this noble intention often comes at a significant personal cost. Rejecting help, however, doesn't shield one from hardship, it magnifies it. Everyday tasks like cooking, cleaning, shopping, or attending medical appointments can become insurmountable, leading to a gradual decline in health and well-being. Neglecting these responsibilities can result in malnutrition, unmanaged chronic conditions, or preventable accidents like falls, each of which has the potential to cascade into more serious health problems. Adhering to medical advice, a cornerstone of maintaining health, may also be ignored, further exacerbating risks. Beyond physical health, rejecting help can erode emotional well-being and relationships. Family members and friends who offer their support out of love and concern may feel hurt, frustrated, or powerless when their efforts are rebuffed. Over time, this dynamic can create emotional distance, leaving older adults feeling increasingly isolated and loved ones feeling unappreciated. In some cases, relationships may become strained, with misunderstandings and unspoken resentment taking root. There is a delicate balance between preserving autonomy and recognizing when assistance is not a sign of weakness but of wisdom. Accepting help doesn't mean relinquishing independence. It means ensuring that independence can be sustained longer. Support can come in forms that respect dignity, such as enlisting the help of professional caregivers or healthcare providers, whose role is to enhance quality of life while empowering individuals to retain as much control as possible. Receiving help also opens the door to connection, care, and support, elements that enrich life and nurture emotional health. Rather than viewing help as an admission of failure, it can be reframed as an opportunity to build stronger bonds with loved ones and create a sense of shared purpose. Letting others in doesn't diminish one's worth. Instead, it underscores the trust and love that exists in those relationships. Ultimately, the act of accepting help is a profound display of strength. It requires courage to acknowledge vulnerability and the humility to allow others to contribute to our well-being. By doing so, we not only preserve our health and safety but also foster deeper, more meaningful connections with those who care about us. Aging gracefully means embracing the support we need, not as a concession, but as an affirmation of life's shared journey, a reminder that none of us are truly alone. 8. Social isolation, the silent threat to healthy aging. Social isolation is a deeply painful and pervasive reality for many older adults, and its impact often runs deeper than meets the eye. Life transitions such as retirement, the loss of a spouse or close friends, and physical limitations that make mobility challenging can slowly erode social connections. However, in many cases, isolation becomes a choice rather than an inevitability. Some older adults, burdened by emotional wounds, fear of rejection, or a sense of futility, choose to retreat into solitude rather than seeking new ways to connect with the world around them. The consequences of this isolation are far-reaching, affecting both mental and physical health. Loneliness, when prolonged, can become an insidious emotional weight that breeds feelings of sadness, worthlessness, and despair. This emotional vacuum often gives rise to depression, anxiety, and other mood disorders, creating a vicious cycle in which isolation deepens the emotional distress that prompted it in the first place. The lack of social contact deprives individuals of the empathy, encouragement, and shared laughter that are vital to navigating life's challenges, leaving them feeling unseen and unheard. Isolation doesn't just take an emotional toll, it can accelerate physical and cognitive decline. Older adults who withdraw from social interactions are less likely to engage in stimulating activities that challenge the mind, such as group discussions, hobbies, or games. Without this mental engagement, cognitive abilities, including memory and problem-solving skills, can deteriorate more rapidly. This decline is compounded by a lack of motivation to care for oneself. When there's no one to share life's moments with, Even small acts like cooking a nutritious meal or maintaining a daily routine can feel pointless. Moreover, the absence of social engagement has been linked to an increased risk of chronic illnesses, weakened immune systems, and even premature death. Isolation can elevate stress levels, disrupt sleep patterns, and lead to unhealthy behaviors, all of which contribute to a decline in overall well-being. The body and mind thrive on connection, and its absence leaves a void that no amount of solitude can fill. Despite the challenges, there is hope. Social engagement is not just a luxury, it is a necessity for healthy aging. Finding ways to connect with others can transform isolation into a sense of belonging and purpose. Community centers, senior groups, and hobby clubs offer opportunities to meet like-minded individuals and rekindle a sense of camaraderie. Volunteer work, no matter how small, can provide a sense of fulfillment and remind older adults of the value they bring to others' lives. Even small efforts, like attending a local event, participating in a religious gathering, or reaching out to family members, can create ripples of connection that gradually rebuild a social network. Technology, too, can be a powerful tool for combating isolation. Video calls, social media, and online forums tailored to older adults make it possible to connect with loved ones and make new friends without leaving home. For those with physical limitations, these virtual connections can be a lifeline, offering companionship and interaction that keep loneliness at bay. Ultimately, breaking free from isolation requires both courage and intention. It means taking the first step, no matter how small, toward reconnecting with the world. It requires acknowledging that while solitude can be comforting at times, human connection is the heart of a fulfilling life. Social engagement isn't just about avoiding loneliness, it's about embracing the shared moments, the joy of being seen, and the vitality that comes from building relationships. Aging doesn't have to mean withdrawing from the world. With effort, openness, and support, even the most isolated individuals can rediscover the warmth of companionship and the simple, profound joy of belonging. As we wrap up, take a moment to reflect. What have you learned today? Are there habits or patterns in your own life that you recognize and perhaps want to change? From embracing the courage to ask for help, to fostering meaningful connections, to letting go of the past and living fully in the present, these are steps that can make a profound difference in your later years. We'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned from this video that you'll bring into your life? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more valuable insights on living a happy, fulfilling life as you age. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.